Hey guys, it's Katrina
Trevor.
from tkdreamvlog.
How's it going, guys?
Today we are coming to you with an update that we have started working on Brutus.
We have. What have we done?
We got our bed frame built, which is a custom bed frame. You guys will see when we get inside and show you. And we built the kitchenette framed the kitchenette
Very,
out.
very roughed out right now, but it is in there. We've taken out the center console.
We took out the seats last week. Oh, that was fun.
That was a pain. Just so you guys know, if you guys are going to take out the center seats in a Ford Excursion, you're going to need a Torx 55 because the 44 or 45 just isn't enough.
And you're definitely going to need a lot of oomph.
Yeah, those things, like I would suggest, actually, if you're going to do it, we didn't do it, but you might want to use like some penetration lube, like PB Blast or something like that, to make the rust a little looser and easier, because I'm a pretty big guy and I still had to use a breaker bar, and it was a pain in the butt even with that to get those bolts to come loose. So yeah.
So we're going to take you on a tour now of Brutus.
Just remember, this is rough. We ain't completely finished with it all. We just basic frame for the kitchenette, so we can kind of see a layout of how it's going to go. All right, guys. So here's the bed frame. It's on 2x6s, but the way the floor drops down for the second row of seats, there's a space here, but the back part of the bed sits on the bottom of the truck. We use was this 3/4 plywood?
5/8.
5/8 plywood, and we're gonna have this cut in two sections so that this side and the other side can fold up, and underneath you'll be able to have storage. You want to get that? Don't mind the mess. We still haven't vacuumed or anything. But yeah, there's gonna be plenty of storage underneath. We remove the center console so that if we want, when we stop, we can pass through from the front to the back. If you look up here, her side of the bed is shorter. Well, she's obviously a shorter person, but we decided not to make the bed one solid length, so that way when we come in, we have a room for like our shoes and stuff, kind of like a mini mudroom kind of thing. That way it gives us a little space to take our shoes off, you know, if we're hiking or whatever, we got dirty shoes, we don't want to be dragging it across our bed. We're gonna make a blackout curtain that runs from these handles. I don't know what everybody calls them. We call them oh shit handles. So we're gonna run it from a curtain from this one to that one. That'll come all the way down, and it's gonna black out all the back from the front. Katrina plans on making a video on how she's gonna make blackouts for all the windows for the back. I believe Katrina's gonna get inside and show you guys the kitchenette. If you give us a minute, we'll get that all arranged so you guys can see that. She's more into the kitchenette area. She's more excited about that than the bed area. So we'll be right back with you.
All right, guys. So this is our kitchenette area. We are going to build our sink over here, and we have a USB water pump that will have a tube that runs into here. Then we have our bodega cooler, upon which this will slide up, and then I'm able to get into the refrigerator and that. This is where I'll be doing most of our cooking. We hope to do outside, but if I have to cook, this is where my countertop will be for cooking. And then over here beside me, we have the EcoFlow. We are waiting on our Wave 2, which we got word should be here.
Ships the 15th.
It ships the 15th of May, so it should be here by the end of May. We're super excited for that because that is one thing we're waiting on to actually be able to move in here and live in here. So we do have all of this set up. We plan to hopefully have an extra water bottle underneath here. Trevor wants to work on figuring out how to put some shelving across our windows so that we have like extra storage space and things like that. We are also going to, at the back of this, build a fold down table that when we open the back of Brutus, we have a table that folds down that we can cook on. That's also where we'll store our solar panels out of the way so that they're not getting broke or anything like that. They fit perfectly back here. And so that's our tour of Brutus.
Does it, what? Why, like this bed isn't where it's supposed to be. It will come forward.
Yeah.
That way that you have space to put your feet down.
Yeah, I will have space. When I got in here, we don't have these hinged down yet, so when I got in here, it slid probably a good 3 inches forward. But I do have space to put my feet down. That was one thing we wanted to work on, was making it to where I didn't have to sit cross-legged on the bed all the time. Which, either way, is not going to be a major problem. I could even sit with 1 foot down, you know, just to be comfortable. But all of my work is right there, easily done.
Also, guys, even, I can't see me in the video, but even as high as this bed is, I can get in and sit straight up. Now, my head does touch the ceiling, just barely touches the ceiling. But I can sit on this bed straight up. So there is room for it to be done. We weren't for sure about it. We were originally going to use 2x4s to make the bed frame, but we were worried. If you're doing this, the first thing you're going to run into is space, storage space. Where are you going to put your stuff? How much room do I got to put my clothes, my food, things like that? So the more you can utilize your space, the better off we are. And that was our thing, is we were really worried about how much space is the 2x4 is going to give us if we use those. So that's why we decided to go with 2x6s for the bed frame. And it worked out. So far, like she said, we're wanting to do shelving on the windows. Nothing fancy, just something so that we can set stuff up there so it doesn't fall down and like trash the place. We want to put the beds on hinges.
And right now, in total, with the amount of lumber that we've bought to put Brutus together, we have a little less than $150 in the lumber that we've put into it. So it's not like this can't be done for people.
And we're going overboard.
I was going to say, I think the big thing is how bougie do you really want to be with it?
Because we're framing all of it out. We plan on putting like, I don't know, like paneling over all of that so that it looks nice. It's not just raw like that. Our shelves are going to be paneled. We plan on painting the bed frame. I mean, a lot of this we're still like, it's very...
Oops. Sorry.
It's very rough. But we wanted to get it started because we really do want to be in here by the end of the summer. Hopefully sooner.
Hopefully by the end of next month.
Maybe. There's a lot to do. Speaking of the Wave 2, we found out that it's not only an air conditioner, it's also a heater, which is awesome because we were going to go to a diesel heater for our heat. But once we found that out, we're hoping we won't have to because it's 5,000 BTUs for the air conditioner and 6,100 for the heater.
Yes.
So yeah, for this tiny of a space, that should be more than plenty.
And also, kind of a little update after my last horrible video of the EcoFlow. We have had the EcoFlow working out here all weekend. That's how we ran our saw. We've been out here since Friday with it. We have not had to charge it at this point, and it's been running our bodega all night long.
For a day and a half.
We're still at I think it said 13 hours left of charge. So it does great. And of course, we're not going to have a lot more plugged into it.
Our main thing that we're going to use power-wise will probably be the Bodega refrigerator, the Starlink,
And the EcoFlow, or the Wave.
the Wave. The Wave is going to be what really tests that battery. But we're hoping once we put the reflective window blocks in, or blackouts in, it won't run all the time. It'll run when it needs to meet the temperature, and that's it. And in this tiny of a space, it shouldn't have to run long.
No.
They say the new EcoWave, the Wave 2, just on the little battery that you can buy to put under the bottom of it, it can run that air conditioner for 8 hours. So we're assuming that the bigger battery should be able to run it for at least 16 plus. And that's not with the solar panels hooked up, which we plan on having during the day hooked up anyways. So if we don't have the air conditioner hooked up, we make power because we're not using any power at all when the solar panels, well, when it's good sun and we have the solar panels up, we are making power. We're not losing power because it brings in over 300 watts of power with the phone plugged in, the refrigerator plugged in,
Oh, Starlink.
and the Starlink. Wasn't even hitting 100 watts. So we're bringing in 200 watts of power just to store, plus running our other stuff. So that's a plus. Now, another thing that we'll be testing here very soon is our cooking implements. We got a hot plate. We have an air fryer coming, which that's going to be the real test, like what that draws.
I'm super excited about that. And we're looking at getting a K-Mini Keurig just so we can be bougie with our coffee.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
But I mean, we're not like drink coffee all day kind of people, so.
And like we said, we're doing this for the adventure. We're not doing it because we have to. So we're going to do it the way we want to do it. We want it to be set up nice. And we're getting there. We're working on it. You got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
I think our next video will either be how we're doing the blackouts or our backup power. So obviously, if you know anything about solar, the sun has to be out for it to charge. Well, there are going to be times in life that the sun isn't going to be out, as sad as that is. So we have a backup power, which is our generator. And hopefully either the next video or the video after that, I'll do an overview of that. We've used it once. We ran it all night, and it ran like a champ. So, and it's very quiet.
It's very quiet.
Like we had it underneath the back of Brutus. You barely, I mean, it was like a hum. You barely heard it. So
again, we want to just inspire you guys to follow your dreams. No dream's ever too big. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it and actually making it a reality and working hard for what you want to do. It kind of helps to have that person that pushes you to do it. Motivation is a big thing. If you don't have family that supports you, find those friends that are going to support you.
If anybody gives you negative input, take it for what it is, but always follow your dream. Just go after it. Worst thing that happens is you fail. You learn. Failing is part of learning. So just go after it.
I mean, I'll say from my point of view of all of this since we started it, I've had a lot of family that's made fun of my dream, that's put me down for what I'm doing right now. And they can't change my mind. Like, this is what I want to do, and I'm excited to do it.
Just so you guys know.
No, this guy has been the guy that's pushed me the whole entire way. So, but there are some out there that they have negative thoughts about it. They tell me I'm going to fall flat on my face. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to push forward, and I'm going to prove them all wrong. I suggest that if you have a dream, you just continue to put your mind toward it and you work toward it. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and also follow us on Patreon and Facebook. And just tell us about your dreams, guys. If you have dreams, email us, put it in the comments. Just let us know. And all of those links will be in the description below.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.